Okay, this is 5.3h. This is the part 2 part. We were representing and solving addition and subtraction of fractions with an equal denominator. The part 1, we focus on addition. This time we're going to do a couple of examples of subtraction. So the problem that we're going to use this time is going to be less than 1 whole to start with. So we have 7/8. We're going to subtract 1/3. So similarly to addition, we're going to have to find the common denominator. How do we do that? We look for the least common multiple. So earlier we were listing multiples of the denominator, which is 8, 16, 24, 32. I'm going to stop there and start listing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. I can stop here because what I see is we have 24 is the first number that they have in common, and it's the smallest one that they have in common. So therefore 24 is my common denominator. Okay, so I'm going to just write that here, common denominator. So my next step is to rename them into the common denominator of 24. 7/8. How do I get from 8 to 24? Multiply by 3. So therefore, what you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator. 7 times 3 is 21. Going to 1/3. Again, I have to rename this 3 to 24. How do I get from 3 to 24? I need to multiply that by 8. So what you do to the denominator, you multiply that by the numerator as well. So now I have a new sentence, 21 minus 8, with the denominator of 24, and that can easily be done. 21 subtracting 8 gives me 13. 13 over 24 is my answer. I know it is the simplest form because 13 is a prime number and 24, it is not a multiple of 13. Okay, so that's the answer to this problem. Now we're going to move on real quick, and I'm going to just simply erase this one and make it a mixed number. We're going to go a little bit bigger. So you will have to break down the whole number into something that you can subtract. Now I am going to leave this here because I am going to pick pretty much the same fraction, so we don't have to go through that process again. And I'm going to flip it, and this time we're going to work with 1 and 1/3. We're going to subtract the fraction of 7/8. Okay, so by that we already know the common denominator is going to be 24. So we're going to jump down to the step number 3. We're going to rename 1 and 1/3 into 1 and 8, 24. Okay, keep in mind I have a 1 here. It must come down with me. Don't leave it and forget about it. Now I'm going to subtract, again renaming this to 24th as the denominator. 7 times 3 is 21. Now this time I have a problem. I have an 8. I cannot subtract 21. So therefore I need to break up this whole number into fraction form. So this whole number, when I turn it into fraction form, I can represent it as 24 over 24 instead of writing it as 1. Now I have 8, so I've got to add that 8 together with my 1 whole, ending up with 32 over 24. Now my numerator is much greater than 24, and I'm able to subtract this 21. So minus 21 over 24. I'm going to put my answer here. 32 minus 21 is 11. 11/24 is my simplest form because again, 11 is a prime number and 24 is not a multiple of 11. So therefore, this is the final answer, the simplest form to this equation, 1 1/3 minus 7/8. Okay?